Hello and welcome. We are analysing a game that we had just not long ago where we were thrashed by a very strong player and the game ended in 27 turns. I thought it was an awesome game. I'd like to watch it back from their perspective. Yeah. I would consider 30 to be fast. 27 is just crazy. So here, let's have a little look at what they have. Now, this game, very fresh in our memory. We know that they kept these two. Which is interesting, like, they go for this. If you can play this first turn, obviously it's really good. Like, in the first few cards, it's very, very nice, clearly. And we know they kept this one. Because I think that was one of the releases that they did. So they end up keeping this one. Predator, sure. Release and to those two, fair enough. Chose not to keep Expert in Africa or the African creature. Interesting to see how it can be educational watching what other people did. I ended up playing a card which gives you money for birds, and a few people did birdie things. Now, here, I'm going to be fast forwarding mostly what blue and green, which is myself, are doing, because I'm interested primarily in what red is doing, so build. So here, first action, cards is at the top. They could potentially take something. I think they just go ahead and... I think they actually cards first, because they look and see that I can't take the university, so they just can't, I think. It is better to not associate immediately, because otherwise it comes back really fast, you know? When you only have the one association worker, it's better to stall slightly if you can. Also, having more cards means you have more information on what you want to do. Here they discard something. In this situation, probably want to get rid of this. Get rid of the slow worm. It doesn't give many points. It's true. Anaconda? Oh, they keep the slow worm. Can't actually see Right. Fine. So now associations at the top. We're going to see possibly as sponsors, actually. No, because they don't want me to take the good university, so... So they go ahead and associate taking the good university. And then next will be the sponsors playing the science library. And look, they even benefit from the money from me taking the last university. Took a breeding program. I took that because I knew I was going to get this. I don't think it was very good. I was all over the place placing my map down in this game. So they actually build first. Okay. They build a size 3 down. At this point, they're thinking, yeah, they can get these two potentially. I think I probably would have done this, but who am I to argue with her? Oh, right, they're doing the build first, because then when they play the sponsor, it's going to push the build up again, yeah. They are, of course, looking for an early way to associate. So actually, I play my university, and now they just missed out on 4 money. They probably don't care that much. Blue plays a creature. And sells 2 cards. Ouch. Yeah. Taking Africa was probably the smartest thing to do. It really hurts. When you're in a 3-player game, the dynamics are completely different to a 2-player game. And in a 2-player game, you're guaranteed to get one of the good unis at the beginning. But in a 3-player game, if you happen to start with your association at the bottom, and this uni goes, and then this uni goes, and then you're like, here I probably should have gone for one of these, but I like taking the university early is better, because it's the longer you leave it in the game, the harder it is to take university, because when it's at 4, you're like, oh, I kind of want the conservation project. It gets really hard to take the university later. But yeah, I do remember you saying, Monkey Unit saying, with the hand that I had, oh, you can't actually see, I had 3 America's creatures that were all monkeys. So I could have gone for the America's discount. It's possible. It certainly would have panned out very differently. I drew it. I was on, what, 6 cards in hand already, and I knew I was discarding down a whole bunch. They're building again. They build this way. That's very interesting. Very interesting to build that way. Heading towards the university. Here they play an animal, or they can afford both. So, let's think. They got some bonus money for doing this. An archaeologist, that's neat. So, how did they get enough money to play both creatures? Right, because this covered up a money bonus, right? That's why. So they spent 10 in total. They got 5 back. And then that puts them on to 20, and then they have an extra 2 because of this. So doing the placement bonus means they got the 19, they can play both of those things. Very nice. Very efficient, certainly. This jumping is going to give them... Oh, I did. They drew that right there. Already they've got a nice income. They have the engineer as well. Archaeologist and engineer. I wasn't paying enough attention. In a 3-player game, it can be harder to pay attention to what everyone else is doing. If I'd have seen that this player had the archaeologist and the engineer, then I probably would not have tried to go for filling out the zoo, because you're kind of hoping to draw those cards, right? Filling out the zoo is better if you have these points, and easier if you have the engineer, obviously. So here are the cards. Let's think. I'm not sure if I remember what they did. They snapped migration recording, right? Because it works with this. But it's probably not why they took it. They probably took it because they want more microscopes. So if they get this, plus they get the double microscope, then they're going to get this thing down. So they're not going to get this down first break, but they will get it down second break. Their sponsor card is nice and high. That's a little bit unlucky for them, because they would have liked to have played this before the break, ideally. I throw away 2 cards like a putz. Uni. I was quite pleased with myself that I was able to get the uni there. But in reality, this player couldn't take it, and this player was gunning for that. So, turns out it never actually mattered. The problem that I had was I was very far away from actually being able to do a conservation project. they go ahead, they take predators, and they take, obviously, another worker, as you always do. Except I didn't. An upgrade. Now, I have no idea what they upgraded in what order, so what would I do in this situation? Well, circumstances probably build. Possibly sponsor. Blue does some building. Claiming the uni. See, what blue? Oh, they did it from here. I was thinking, with the archaeologists, you could do some cool stuff. That was super cool, actually. Imagine if they were to build here, and maybe that's what they were planning to do. It would have really, really screwed over red had they done that. Alright, so here are sponsors. Migration recording goes down. Now they have 2 microscopes of the 4 that they need. But yeah, they go ahead and associate this release project. At this moment in time, Red didn't have the big Asian thing. So, but it suddenly becomes very appealing. All of a sudden. Now, I recall that they did because of migration recording, this is a 6-point card. When I say points, conservation points. So this is a 6 conservation point card right now. So priority becomes to take this card and then just go woo, shoot up them. I'm playing my monkeys. Was it bad to take the worker down? No, I think I played it as well as I could have done really with the workers and stuff. I build, so here they're going to take the uni. Probably. Yeah, they definitely take the uni. Size 4. Thinking about you. They have a plan already. Wait, what? What? Animals goes down. Okay. How are we doing on time? It's 2 o'clock. Ish. Here in the UK. I'm out of money. This is not good. I know it's not close to being the end of the round. Okay, cards is here. Can take it. They use an X token. They did. So they snap this. This, as I say, is a 6 conservation point release. Pretty good. They probably figured out no one else could snap it. Well, I could have snapped it, but I wasn't. Blue triggers the break again. Very weird. They must have been needing a lot of money for what they were doing. Look at this appalling No offense to Blue if you're watching, but where's all your appeal? Their income was pretty bad. Well, that said, they didn't finish with 50 points. They finished with like 94, and I finished with 50. So what do I know? Slagging off all the brilliant players, and I'm just a total papega. Alright. The cards. So here, it's looking very nice. They're just in the position. That break was at a good time here. They're in a position where they can play this thing down. Don't even have the enclosure to play anything else. Really a concern. Getting all of the stuff. Some extra stuff. Okay. Interesting. So there we go. We did get another conservation point as well from some. In addition, they were on 2. They picked up another one from some. Can't I figure out where they got that additional conservation? Oh, they just got their well, they haven't got it from migration recording yet. I have no idea. Where did they get the extra conservation point from? It's an insanely good card, yeah. Anyway, they acquired another conservation point from somewhere, and they get a free enclosure. They are not spending any money unnecessarily, are they? Hats too. Good, I'll finish out this turn and then I'll probably end this analysis. We know that they... Actually, hang on. Right, thanks Monkey Unit. So the bird that they played actually gave them a conservation point. Pretty good bird. So this fact that this player played this card. I don't remember if migration recording was already down, but it was a big influence on the game. I was about to say I'm going to finish out this round at least and see what happens. But it's such a short game, it might even be worth looking at the whole game. No, Red didn't have the bird. They ended up taking a couple of turns to snap it from here. But I'm not sure, yeah. So it's a... Hang on, what did they just... They took native seabirds and grizzly bear. So native seabirds is already very good. I remember they played that down. They probably get some more stuff connected up. They're definitely going to take this, and then they probably... I remember they went this way. So they're going to maximize out native seabirds for sure. It's an excellent card, native seabirds. Find the one where you need to have connected border spaces. It's the hardest one to do. But connected rocks and connected water is just... Okay, blue spent all their money. So what's the plan here? Plan for red. Probably thinking about what handshake to get. And it's interesting that they took the grizzly bear, right? What's the thinking? I suppose this is going to get played and released. For that reason, it's probably Europe that's going to be the next thing, because it's going to take them a while to get over to this corner. They also need a size 5. Alright, that one goes down, yeah. Cool. So, I managed to do Africa. Europe, I guess? Okay. So, their current plan is they are working their way towards doing this, and they have this and this, right? Well, yeah, the research project 3 conservation points is not a big deal. Like, some of these projects being 5 and 4, like, you get 5 or you get 4, that's great. If it's like a 5 and a 3, or like research which is 4 and a 3, 3 is fine, but like, it's not necessarily the best thing you can do on your turn. There's sometimes better things you can do than get 3 conservation points. So, whereas if there's a free one, if you can do a 4 conservation project, it's nearly always worth it. If you can do a 5, it's definitely always worth it. But a 3, I'll take it or leave it. There's always an opportunity cost, though, to doing it. A 3 point, which you can do, but if it means that you can't then conserve again that round, and there's one that you want to do, you have to think about it a bit. Ornithologist, not very good. So here they're building a size 5. Could have gone this way. I wonder why they chose to go this way. Was there placement bonus there? Apparently not. They could have gone this way. I suppose they didn't feel the need to draw any of these cards. It's slightly faster to go this way, but if you're aiming to cover up the water, something like native seabirds is so perfect for the whole strategy of migration recording, because your tickets are not going up a whole lot because you keep releasing creatures. So you can play this super late, actually, because you can go ahead and play this thing. Oh no, you've got 6 tickets, you're on 22, then you release it again. It's great. I've actually been in a situation where I was over the 25 tickets to play one of these cards, but I was able to release a creature to go under again. So fun. Okay, and as I recall here, I didn't recall that they took an X token. Blue breaks for like the 5th time this game. I wonder what the rationale there was for taking an X. I think they just didn't want to break. Was there a specific reason for taking an X? This thing was good. Was there... I kind of sped over that a little bit. What did they do exactly? They got rid of the card, right? They got rid of the card to get an X token. Fine. I don't think they needed to draw anything. This is very good part of the plan. They have some kind of plan with this. I guess they're thinking of playing that once they've made this enclosure empty. This is all part of the plan. They don't need any further cards. So this is going to be played eventually. This is going to be played into here. It's going to be released with this. This is going to be played, and this is going to go into there later. It's all well thought out. Research 2 is the one they had. But I'm complaining, I think. So here, just to look at this as a screenshot in time, they have 22 points, about 10. Double what you're on. Doesn't mean a great deal at this point in the game. It does line up well, but I bet if I play this player 10 times, I'd lose 10 times, so it's not just luck. It's very precise the way they play. I looked at their map, I think, about this point, and I was like, why have they got all these massive enclosures that are empty? And then I later realised it was migration recording shenanigans. So here, they're going to play this one in. We can't play this in. They do have upgraded animals, so we might see one of these creatures coming out. I know, right? Isn't that crazy? They spent 11 minutes in the whole game. And I think I spent half an hour on the whole game. And I was last by 40 points or something. It's bad, isn't it? So here, they're going to play the bison, right? Makes sense to play the bison. What else would you play in this situation? Yeah, that is the nice thing about playing a 3-player game, is that you can think during other people's turns. Or a 4-player game, you have a lot of downtime to think about your own turn. And I was the slowest player in this game, but it's natural, like, if you are a quick thinker, then you have plenty of time during other people's turns to think, especially in a 3-player game. Like, the clock is set somewhat by whoever is the slowest thinker. Does that make sense? Yeah, and then their turns are short, meaning you have to think during your own turn again, that's right. And then you are a bit under time pressure, potentially, if your clock runs down. It's the same thing that happens in chess or whatever, like, the faster you're able to think, it doesn't usually matter too much in board games, but it can have an effect if you're on the clock. So, like I say, they're going to play this into here. Makes sense. Super cheap creature. To be fair, this is like the perfect creature for release. They got kind of lucky with that too, because for it to be basically this creature always costs 13 because you need the handshake to play it. You get the handshake, it costs 13 for a size 5 creature. This creature is going to end up giving them 12 points when you can after the release. That's pretty good. 12 points for 13 tickets. Well, 12 points for 13 money, rather. What's the other thing they're going to play? If they play it, sponsor magnet doesn't even trigger. So, this doesn't really make sense. This is fine. I mean, that is a predator, in case you're thinking about doing pack later along. Well, they don't want to do sunbathing. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. Well, at this point, yeah. At this point, now that they have 10 conservation points already, it's worth 18. But yes, you're right. My maths is wrong. So it's 18, yeah. So here, I don't know what I play out of these options. Probably just put this one. It's 8 tickets. Pops down here, I guess. Place for it. And a new worker. Really? You've never not upgraded car? Conservation point tracker, right? It's possible. Some people, do go very heavy on appeals sometimes. Oh, you're talking about conservation, not that one. Conservation track being this one. No, you're probably right, but as I explained in my first strategy video, was it the second one? It was the second strategy video when I said that you just need to bear it in mind when you are trying to trigger the endgame. Say if you're on here, on 8, and you're trying to play a card which gives you 15 victory points. So if you're doing a 5 conservation point project, it's not going to be 15 points because you're not on 10 yet. You just have to be careful if you're trying to trigger endgame. But yeah, that's all in that video. Alright. So it's still not... Well, look, see? The funny thing is they're above native seabirds threshold already. So clearly association is going to happen. It's probably going to happen now, right? So that they can do that afterwards. So yeah, they're gonna release it. Out goes the creature. Back onto 24. Perfect. I had a game once where I got 35 conservation points. That's cool. What are they gonna take here? They take the bird, don't they? I think. No, they don't. Herbivore breeding. I didn't remember what they did. It's interesting. I wonder why they took that. What's the... Is that just a hate draft, do you think? I don't know. No. Second to last is 39. Monkey Unit just asking some questions about the track there. Alright, we can kind of see the way this game is going already. What I might do here is just fast forward a bit. So what turn are we on? We're on 319. Let's go forward a bit. Is there even 400 moves in this game? Maybe it'll be like less than that. Oh, there is. Okay. Alright, so what they end up doing is they go this way and here. So they play native seabirds in the end. They didn't actually get the points. I guess they did it immediately after what the turn we saw. So they got the points for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's already pretty good. They thought it's not worth it to spend the time building out here and building out... well, they just missed out on 2, basically. So they headed this way. Which makes me wonder, if they weren't intending to do this, why didn't they go this way? I guess they get the money by going this way. Okay. So at this point, there haven't... Not a whole lot's happened. They picked up an Indian Cobra. That was from here, I think. I think they got that from Reputation Range. And they still have this one. Pretty good. About to play 2 creatures. possible. They can play all of this, right? They can play, theoretically, play that, yeah, but I wonder what the rationale was for taking this. I still don't get it. So I just want to see, because they got bang on to 100 really in a nice nice style. They end up triggering the break for once. They want a cards. Something they want here, or they're just drawing from the top. I guess they want to get their workers back. So they're going to end up throwing some stuff away, which is fine. So I guess they're thinking that this is going to give them some points when they play it, sure. It's already a good card. When you consider it's going to give you these, the last worker, it's a 15-point card. Getting more from medical breakthrough. Taking the panda. Just probably may play that, may not, but it's even if they don't play it, it's a very good card to deprive the opponents of. They may well play it, to be fair. So here they're on 62. As I recall, they take this one. So I don't know if I'm in a position to take that. I'm not really. I think they played it last turn. But they kind of set it up the opponent a little bit, but pretty neck and neck right now. I'm lagging behind a bit. My reptile house. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing in this game, and it's nothing good. Okay, so here, what we're going to see from red. We have animals at the top, which means that would be logical. See what they do. Play the sun bear. And interesting, they play the grizzly at this point to get X tokens, one would assume. That's some smart play, because that actually gets them the ability to associate for 5. That's such a strong interaction. I think research. So there, bam, 82 all of a sudden, 91. Very nice. And they have some large animals, right? They've got one large animal, so I know that they managed to close this game out right now and get to 100. So, puzzle time. How do you get to 100 points? How do you get 9 more points in this situation? Clearly you can play this, but it only gives you 6 points. They didn't upgrade association. They've actually only upgraded 3 cards, same as me. And they upgraded the same cards as me. Here I'm like, oh my gosh, look how many points they've got. Puzzle. Let's think. How are they going to get 9 points? Because they do manage to get 9 points. So the question is, how do you get 9 points? They can animals. Oh, they can play. Can't play the panda. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they get 9 points. Maybe we'll finish off my turn in case I do something. Don't think I do. Snake gives 6 points. Into determination, this will give 2. Ah, 6. Thinking. You get 3 points if you take this. That's it, isn't it? Go here for 3 points, and this is another 6. Lay that one down. And then they just associate for 2, right? It gets... We figured it out! Hooray! Exactly 100. Amazing. Let's have a little look at the stats table. As you can see, not a good showing from me. I think they took this just to out of other people's hands. Alright, let's have a look at the stats of their play. I think it'll be interesting. Can't we see it from here? They had research too. We saw that when they had to discard one. So all things considered, very, very solid play from them. As I said before, 27 actions in total. So on average, their endgame scoring card, they got full points for it. They had exactly 100, so we know that they got 12 points from their endgame scoring card and 3 points from another endgame card. But they got 27 points, 100 points over 27 turns. So, I don't think I've seen better than that. It's probably about as good as it's possible to do. Isn't 27 turns how many you get in solo? About right. How many breaks were this game? 4. And that's normal. If you So they got 9 points out of the thing that was giving conservation point break as well. Very nice. They had pretty good money gains. They used X tokens. They got X token instead of an action 1 time. They didn't sponsor much, but when they did, it was for very good sponsors. Association. They cast a lot. I don't tend to cast a lot, as you can see. Solo's not a lot more breaks though. Monkey Unit saying solo is 27 turns but more breaks. In solo you get 5 breaks. In this we had 4 breaks. 27 turns. I don't think I've ever seen a game end in 27 turns. 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, in 11 minutes, they got 100 points in 27 turns. And I got 67 points. So about even with their actions, roughly. A lot more association than anything. Well, not a lot more, but not so much sponsors. Roughly even. If you look at mine, for example, I don't card as much as maybe I should do. I have a tendency to snap as well. They snapped 5 times. So every time they had a sponsor's action, which was only 4 times, they played a sponsor card. They never donated. Yes! Yes! Never donate. I believe in never donating. So well. Observation project tasks 4. It's a good question. I don't think no, they didn't upgrade the association. I don't think it counts. It's not number of actions, it's number of turns. They had 27 actions. No, that's not right. They had 27 turns, but they had 29 actions. Thanks to various stuff. They had the Sunbear, they had other things. They did take 2 extra turns, that is true. So in 29 actions, they got 100 points. So, on average, every action they took in the game gave them 3 points. Which is pretty good. Pretty darn good. Didn't do any petting zoo. Oh yeah. They did a break once. They took an X token 1 time, and when they took it, I was like, whoa, they took an X token. So we can count this up. That's 10 for building animals, plus another 10 here, plus 8. So 28 it says here. Yep. So they basically did 28 actual actions and 1 X token action. Here's what it adds up to. Anyway, we'll wrap up this video. For those of you watching on YouTube, join us for the next video. Thanks for watching. Found that absolutely fascinating. We'll be back next time for more Let's Analyze Ark Nova. See you soon.